Shabbos Parshas Vayakil. It's Chav Hey Oder. And it speaks in the Chassidus that Vayakil Meshes Kol Adas Bnei Yisrael. Why does he use the expression Adas? Adas means Edus. It means Eda, it means Kehila. Klolos Yisrael, a minion. And it means, Adas means Edus. Edus is witness. A witness is something that happened. There's two people testify something that once happened. Now we don't see it, but they were there when it happened and they testify to it. And there's also a edus that a siman, a edus for the future. You make a Eid Hagal Hazeh, you make a monument for the future. People should know that they should march ahead for the future in a certain way. That this is the way it should be done eventually, that something's going to happen eventually. There's going to be Geula, Mashiach, there's going to be Elam Habe, B'chias HaMesim. So this is the Edus that the Yidden bring with them. They've been by Har Sinai. And over there, the spectacular revelation of Hashem to Klal Yisrael was as such that it never happened before and after, and it never happened in all the Elamis. Even in the Atzilus, it's like Hashem Himself revealed Himself by Matan Torah in Har Sinai, that even though it was for a short, very short experience, it nevertheless, the Yidden were exposed to Hashem on such a level that therefore they come and tell us, hey, this, this is what happened, and this is what's going to be when Mashiach comes. So even though we don't see now, we don't see what we accomplished through our learning Torah and through our doing mitzvahs, we should know that something is happening, that by learning Torah, we internalize in the Pnimiyus a madrega that comes from the Ratzon Hashem, that becomes we become part of it, and eventually it will be revealed to us begolui. And this is through Torah, and through mitzvahs is also we receive a makivdik there's through the mitzvahs that the Yidden do, all these mitzvahs, they connect to the mitzvahs of the Eibishter. And when they connect with Hashem, there's a mechanism that's happening here that it's either milmayla lamata or milmata lamayla, but all in all, it's a Veda that we do that connects us to Hashem. There's the Vedas HaTzadikim that they're able to tap in and feel and see every tzaddik according to his level of greatness, of holiness, is able to see that. And they're able to infuse that connection, that they live it and see it and feel it, and by them it's begolui. They're able to connect their chassidim, like Moshe Rabbeinu. Vayakil Meshes Kol Adas Bnei Yisrael. Edus is also Adas, is the lashon from Das, that the tzaddik, the Rosh Bnei Yisrael, they give Das into Yidden. They give connection to the Yidden. They give meaning to the Yidden, understanding to the Yidden. So there's Das, there's understanding, there's doing mitzvahs, lamata minatam v'das. In other words, in this world down here where we we do it al pi our seichel, and we understand very little. And then there's the Torah mitzvahs that we do that comes like a feeling milmaila a person has in his eidurus from time to time. And that's the nafkamina from Shabbos and weekdays, that in weekdays we have to work on our connection to Hashem. And when we work milmata l'mayla on our connection to Hashem through davening, through learning, then Shabbos we are kelim to connect to Hashem, where there's a revelation from on high, milmayla l'mata, that Hashem lifts us up, all of us, everybody on their level. Lefider Aveda from Sheshes Yimei Achel, sort of. We get a Shabbos from the Neshama Yisera that Hashem infuses in us, that Yechida Chai, Yechida Shebenefesh, and this is why we need the Aveda from Sheshes Yomim Tavid. And although everything that comes in this world doesn't go away, but so our Aveda that doesn't go away is the Aveda from Nefesh Ruach Neshama. So that we get uplifting on Shabbos in the Nefesh Ruach Neshama, and that continues on the next week, that we can learn more and daven more and get uplifted more. But the Chai Yechida comes and goes only on Shabbos. That we don't have that a whole week, only great tzaddikim. But the Chai Yechida comes on Shabbos, and there is an extra revelation and a connection from on high in the Chai Yechida that comes down into us. But for us to feel it, or it should continue even, that is only by great tzaddikim, or by those who work the whole week, and it penetrates in the Nefesh Ruach Neshama. That is the idea from Das, that a tzaddik connects to his kehillah, to Klal Yisrael. There's when I was in Brunei, I remember Reb Nissen spoke about when you go dance and you make an eagle, you make people put their hands on the shoulders of the other person and they make a round circle. That's Aida, that's Das, that's connecting one to another. That's called Eres Makifim. There are Eres Makifim, there are Eres Pnimiyim. And that speaks about a lot in Chassidus, that Eres Makifim is a ha'ara from on high, and we don't really internalize it so well, but it's there, we feel it, it's there on us, Er Makif. And then there's Eres Pnimiyim, where we internalize, but we cannot internalize a very high air. On the other hand, a very high air, we don't have to internalize, it's kind of bechitzenius, we get schlepped along with the chitzenius of it. There's many stories of the Baal Shem Tov where there's a story that he told his Talmidim to put they should all connect by two Talmidim around him, putting their hands on his shoulders, and everybody else, and they connected it around, and the Baal Shem Tov sort of lifted them up. He showed them what he saw. He had open eyes, the Baal Shem Tov, and he saw when things happened, we couldn't, like the Talmidim was sitting there. There were times when the Baal Shem Tov every Shabbos wouldn't. Friday night, all the Adashim Pshutim were there, and he was Mekar of them. And some of the Talmidim were kind of thinking it over. How come the Baal Shem Tov with these simpletons? What kind of connection does he have with them? And in that sense of the word, we are great tzaddikim and Baal Mesiras Nefesh and a higher level. Why is the Baal Shem Tov? So there was a certain period in Shabbos in Shal Shudas, I believe, that only the Talmidim was there, and the Baal Shem Tov sensed their what they're thinking, and he told them to put their hands on him, and they saw, and they also all of a sudden heard tremendous sweet voices, the way the mamash, the malachim are jealous of it, and the sweetness is tremendous. This guy says, "Oy, Avinu Shabashamayim," and this guy says, "Oy, Psach Libi B'Serasecha," and what they heard was all these Anashim Shutim, while they couldn't go into the Baal Shem Tov, they sat in shul and sat Tilim with the Shtapos HaNefesh, and that the Baal Shem Tov sensed it and felt it and saw it, and when they put their hands around, and the Baal Shem Tov put his holy hands on those two next to him, and they all started to hear and feel what the Baal Shem Tov saw, they understood the greatness of those who serve Hashem with the sincerity and without any attachments, totally devoted to their Maker, which in a way is higher than all these great scholars and so on and so forth. And this is what a Rebbe sees in every Yid. He sees his inner deepness and connection that the Rebbe has with the Chassidim, and the way they have their connection with the Eibishter. This is connection that he infuses in his Talmidim and in his Chassidim, whether it's Shabbos by Farbrengen, whether it's learning the Rebbe's Chassidus, and is Vayakol Meshes, Kol Adas Bnei Yisrael, that, and he says in the Maimer, another word, that this is what the Ian of Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, B'Hashem Kol Chesed V'Od, that when Yaakov Avinu spoke to Bnei Yisrael, and they said to him, even though you're in Atzilus, and over there, you're connected to Hashem, Amerkova Telukus, and when you say Shema Yisrael, when you connect to Hashem, it's a complete, there's nothing else in the world but Hashem. We want to tell you that even we here in the lowest level, in the Elam HaBriya, in the Elam HaMaisa, and in a much, much lower level, one can totally connect to Hashem, even by saying Tilim, even by immersing Shabbos in saying Tilim, immersing Shabbos in learning of what Chassidus, and this gives him keach for a whole week and a whole life to connect to Hashem, and Kishem Shebelibach is all the Hashem. Kach Belibeinu is also Hashem. Every Yid, every Chassid, every single Yid has to know that his tafkid in life is to be connected to Hashem. No matter what he does, at what level he is, it's all every minute of the day, all the time in the day, a Yid has to be connected to Hashem. So when you're sitting in the office and waiting, today we have our cell phones, we can open it up and say the Chitas, we can say the Rambam, we can say Chumash, Tilim, Tanya, we could learn anything we want. All these 10, 15, 20 minutes add up everywhere. So when you're sitting and doing nothing, there's no excuse for all of us to always serve Hashem. The Rebbe should help, should be Vayakol Kol Adas Bnei Yisrael, B'Geula Amitzvah V'Shlema, through Mashiach Tzidkenu, and we should see openly, V'rocha B'Sayatov Kipi Abai Diber, Takev Miyad Mamish, Mit the Rebbe Mashiach Tzidkenu, B'Korev Mamish, Takev Miyad Mamish, Mashiach now.